A long time ago, when I was 15 years old, I entered a contest sponsored by General Motors, and now I'm working on another contest also co-sponsored by General Motors and MIT, and it's about putting the A in STEM to get STEAM, and my proposal is to go one step further and make that A stand for printmaking, because printmaking is the ancestor of all STEM. So join me while I review one of the earliest concept videos I made in 2018. It was called the STEAMR trunk. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Bill Ritchie, and I designed this trunk, and I used a STEAMR trunk as a model, or a Siemens trunk. That's a long story. It has to do with the backstory for the design of a press I made called the half-wood press. And this is the half-wood press I designed in 2004. I propose now that this press can be the art factor in a stream, or as I have renamed it slightly, STEAMR trunk. In other words, a box that goes to teachers who want to add art and reading to STEM curriculum plans. I designed the trunk to contain a printing press because that's my field, printmaking. And when I suggest to art teachers or STEM teachers that they include art, they usually don't want to talk about printmaking because most of the art schools teach painters and designers printmaking. That's very difficult. It's difficult because it involves science. Printmaking involves technology. It's the ancestor of technology, in fact. It involves engineering. Simple things like knowing how to scrape a plate, of all things. And it involves math. Now, I can't elaborate with all those things now, but I would like to invite people to communicate with me about adding art to STEM and reading as STREAM, or as I again renamed it, STEAMR, a cute name to go with the idea of a STEAMR trunk, by way of printmaking. And the core of this idea is a printing press, a miniaturized printing press. I like to think of it as the days when microscopes were first introduced to classroom teaching, and that you could send away for a kit for your science classes that included a microscope. Sometimes it was a very simple microscope, maybe not very good, but at least it was affordable. The effort that went into that paid off, I'm quite sure. Kits of all kinds have been designed for school use, and I'd like to take it one step further to say this is for all ages. My design of this press has enabled seniors, it has enabled kids around the world to use a real honest-to-goodness etching press to try out for all kinds of experiments that you could call printmaking or monoprintmaking. The list goes on. So that's my concept for STEAMR trunk. Thanks for watching.